Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Current. Today's installment marks the second show produced while adhering to the quarantine and social distancing recommendations. So once again, most of our shows have actually been shot from our own homes. For those of you who don't know, The Current is a news magazine program created by seniors in the South Elgin High School Beacon Academy. And to address some of the confusion and questions that came up regarding our shows at South Elgin, I want to give you guys a quick breakdown of our Academy productions. At South Elgin, the Beacon Academy primarily produces and airs 3 main shows. In the past, sophomores and juniors have each taken a semester learning the ins and outs of the news by producing our school-wide, studio-based news program called Storm News, or Storm News 27. And as of this year, everyone from freshmen to seniors in the Academy have had the opportunity to participate in our weekly extracurricular news broadcast, Friday Lightning, which is what most of you viewers from South Elgin may be used to seeing and airs every Friday and can be seen at any time on the YouTube channel Friday Lightning. As for The Current, every year seniors in the Academy collaborate to produce their own magazine news program for the local Elgin television channel. This year, we chose to name our show The Current and have decided to continue producing it despite not having the luxury of class time or even being in the same room, house, or town. Anyways, now that we got all that out of the way, let's check out what we have for you guys on today's show. Coming up, we kick things over to Tara, who has a story on the unconventional way some community members decided to celebrate a birthday. Then over at PJ's, we get an at-home edition of PJ and Gavin's movie reviews. Later on, we take a deep dive into the origins of coronavirus and debunk a couple of myths. Along the way, Penny finds out more about the U46 food distribution, and Sarah sees how first responders are adjusting to the current circumstances. And Danielle gets her hands dirty as she gives you a demo on how to properly wash your hands. To start things off, Penny gives us a glimpse at the importance of the U46 food drive and takes a look at the impact it has on our communities.
Hey Daryl, I'm here at Sycamore Trails Elementary, one of the district's 26 pickup locations, to find out more about U46's innovative food distribution plan.
With schools currently closed, District U46 has started a new initiative, so I talked to Superintendent Tony Sanders to find out more.
So what's the mission of this food distribution program?
So our families, about 60% of our families across U46 are considered low income. So our commissary has been up and running and has so far produced, just in the first week and a half, about 150,000 meals that families have picked up and taken home.
And who qualifies to pick up these meals?
For this emergency period of time, anybody who's under the age of 18 and lives within U46.
With all the safety concerns surrounding this pandemic, I also spoke with Elena Hildreth, Director of Nutrition and Food Services.
What precautions is U46 taking to limit person-to-person contact when distributing these meals?
Well, here at the commissary, we have masks and gloves, obviously, and sanitizing solution everywhere. At the 26 sites, the employees that are actually handing off the meals, we're doing it outside, and they're wearing masks. We're trying to avoid any type of interaction and keeping that 6 feet distance.
Willard Elementary is the only pickup location within South Elgin, and Principal Dustin Covarrubias has seen its impact firsthand.
The amount of people that are just thankful for the little bit of food that we're giving them and how thankful they are proves that really affecting our small, U46 community. I just want to tell all the families that we are here for you as a school community.
Be sure to stop by between 10 and 11:30 a.m. on these days listed. For more pickup locations like Sycamore Trails, please visit u46.org/food-distribution for more information. Clearly, this program is having an immense impact on our district during the time our communities need it the most. For The Current, I'm Penny Koptukakis.
Next up, Tara has a story of how one neighborhood banded together to wish one child a very special happy birthday.
Olivia from Elgin was having a big birthday come up, but with COVID-19 going around, she wasn't able to celebrate. Well, I should say, she wasn't able to celebrate traditionally. With Olivia's 5th birthday on March 20th, unfortunately she was not able to have a traditional party that a regular 5-year-old would have. But when Jennifer Williamson, her mom, took to Facebook to ask her community to make Olivia feel just as special, they delivered.
And I rise like the day I rise up. I rise
to see our own community come together for one special little person. I encourage you to think out of the box for your friends and neighbors too. This just shows you could put a smile on anyone's face, even 6 feet away. Reporting for The Current, I'm Tara Konieczny. Back to you, Daryl.
We hope you all join us in saying happy birthday to this special 5-year-old, but moving along, whether it's when taking a break while working from home or during the extra time you now have because all your classes are gone digital, chances are you've taken some time to sit down, relax, and watch a movie or a TV show. Even if you don't fall into that category, it's okay, because in this next segment, PJ and Gavin are going to answer the question that's on many Americans' minds right now. What should we watch next?
So Gavin, now that we actually have you here now, what movies have you seen during quarantine?
Inception.
We create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream, and they fill it with their secrets.
The movie just always made you think. There was not one time where I wasn't focused. Usually when I'm at home watching movies on Netflix, I'm usually like halfway on my phone. I'm like, oh hey, there's a scene that happened. No, like during this entire movie, I was just glued to the story. It's really catchy. I dig it. I don't know why. I think it's just the idea of going into a dream of a dream of a dream. It's just so creative. Like it just blows my mind.
The plot is just really solid. It's easy to pick plot holes into it, like, oh, but that doesn't make sense, but it's not really trying to be too realistic, and it's not coming off as pretentious. Hans Zimmer nailed it out of the park with a score. He truly delivered one of the most iconic scores of all time. It made every scene more emotional. It just made every scene more intense.
The movie looked beautiful. Even like scenes that are like in an industrial like room or building, I'm like, that still looks super attractive.
And Christopher Nolan's always finding interesting shots in very non-interesting places.
Christopher Nolan has hit it out of the park again with Inception. With its great writing, amazing set pieces, and amazing cinematography, we give this movie a 4 out of 5 stars. And it's available on Netflix right now. Thank you guys for tuning into this installment of Gavin and PJ's Movie Reviews. Tune in next week for our review on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Before we get on to our next package, it's time for some quick trivia. What animal is speculated to have helped the transmission of COVID-19 to humans? The bat, the camel, the civet cat, or the mouse? The correct answer is the bat, and for more facts on the history of corona, Anthony takes us on a deep dive.
With the fairly recent outbreak of COVID-19, many individuals have been asking, where did all of this come from? Well, let's take a deep dive and find out. Coronaviruses are actually groups of viruses that generally cause mild disease, such as the common cold or pneumonia. But there are types of coronaviruses that cause severe disease. These include the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, known as SARS, first identified in China, the Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus, known as MERS, first identified in Saudi Arabia, and most recently the 2019 novel coronavirus, first identified in China. Initially, the most recent virus was found in a group of people with pneumonia who were in association with the seafood and live animal market in the city of Wuhan. Researchers have concluded that this coronavirus was a product of natural evolution and not genetic engineering. Here is a possible scenario that explains the origin of the coronavirus according to the Scripps Research Institution. Like previous coronaviruses, it emerged with humans contracting the virus after exposure to direct contact with a range of animals. For example, the MERS coronavirus is known to be transmitted from camels, and the SARS coronavirus from civet cats. The animal reservoir of the 2019 novel coronavirus is not yet known, although researchers have proposed bats to be the most likely reservoir, as it is very similar to bat coronavirus. Despite there no being any documented cases of direct bat-human transmission, a most likely host would be between bats and humans. This brings us to wet markets. A wet market is a market that sells live meat, fish, produce, and other perishable goods. There is much speculation believing that the novel coronavirus originated at the Huanan seafood market in Wuhan, China. The fact of the matter is that the virus has not been verified to have infected humans at the wet market in Wuhan, but only that some of the first identified had a history of having visited the market. The issue itself is not the consumption of exotic meat, but rather the level and extent of human and animal interface that wet markets permit. Keep in mind what's known about the virus now might change in the future. So stay safe, and thanks for joining me on my deep dive journey.
Now diving back into a more serious topic, Sarah Richardson is at home reaching out to first responders to see how their jobs have changed amidst our nation's current circumstances.
During these hard times, we have to keep in mind those who are risking their lives to help those in need. These people can include medical healthcare workers and first responders who we should always be acknowledging, but especially now more than ever. I had the opportunity to talk to Streamwood Battalion Chief Mike Meyer about his experience as a first responder and a little bit how procedures have been changing due to COVID-19.
Twice per shift, we check our temperatures and we assess ourselves for any of those symptoms. I would imagine we are going to get more and more busy with these types of calls, but we're prepared to handle them. Personal protective equipment, PPEs, that helps protect us from potentially being exposed. If we get called for an ambulance call, we send one person in to kind of scout out what's going on. And that person is going to stay 6 feet away from the patient and talk to them. The main issue is we don't want to get sick, because then if we get sick, then we can't, we have less people to take care of people when they call 911. If someone starts feeling a little bit sick and they think they may have the signs and symptoms of COVID, the best thing you can do is call your doctor and see what they want you to do. But also, if they test and confirm that you are positive COVID-19 and you're doing okay, there's nothing they can do for you, right? Most people, they're able to, their body's able to fight it off without needing the hospital at all. Now, if someone is very sick, yeah, they may need some sorts of medicine. We're happy to come help, but we just want to make sure that, the hospital stays open for all the people that really, really need it down the line.
First responders are always there to help us with our needs, but sometimes it's good to give back to them. The best way to help first responders is to show them gratitude and thanks for all that they do, especially now. And also, make sure you're taking care of yourself. If you aren't feeling good, monitor your symptoms, and if you think you have the potential of needing additional assistance, call your doctor or call 911 because they are always there to help. For The Current, I'm Sarah Richardson. Back to you, Daryl.
In this last package, Danielle uses paint to show us how and why we should be washing our hands during this pandemic.
I'm here today to show you the most effective way on how to wash your hands. Start by putting a little bit of soap in the palm of your hand. Rub your hands together in a circular motion. Next, interlace your fingers to get in between all of your fingers. After that, flip your one hand over to get the back of the hand, and repeat with the other hand. Next, interlocking your hands, make sure to get your fingertips and the back of your knuckles. Now for the thumbs, grab each thumb and cover it with soap. After that, make sure to scrub your fingertips to get under your fingernails. Now that all your hand is covered, the only thing left is the wrist.
And that's about all we have for you guys on today's show. Thank you for tuning in to The Current. With the community banding together to support each other, we want to highlight some of the positives going on in this darker time. So if you have story ideas or something that you think should be recognized, email us at thecurrent20@gmail.com. One more time, that's the name of the show, The Current, and 20 as in the graduation year of us seniors who put this show together. Anyways, on behalf of the entire crew, signing off once again for The Current, I'm Daryl Barnes. We'll see y'all next time, and until then, have a great day.